Thank you for joining us on 9 News at noon. I'm Erica Lopez. Some Aurora residents are upset today after the city council confirmed Todd Chamberlain as the new police chief. He was chosen without any input from the community, and residents voiced their frustrations during the council's vote last night. Brianna Fernandez has the details.
Yeah, so we know in the past the community has criticized the city of Aurora for announcing 3 white males as finalists in a very diverse city. We know this time around there was no community engagement, and of course residents were very upset. They say that they feel left out. Take a listen. Despite residents telling council they don't trust the process, only 2 council members voted no on Todd Chamberlain. People yelled things like "vote them out" and "shame on you" right after the vote came down. Chamberlain is Aurora's 6th police chief since 2019, and one of his toughest jobs will be to repair the trust in the community. Aurora Police is still under a consent decree to fix how it uses force and interacts with people of color, and residents have no confidence the community's trust within the department will get better. One of the council members who voted yes spoke to defend Chamberlain's appointment, and it wasn't received well in the room. As community members changed in the auditorium, council members stood up and they finished the meeting virtually in another room.
Everyone agrees we've had a revolving door of interim police chiefs, and we need stability in this department. You guys want accountability. You want us to have better training. This is what he's about. And I respected you. I did not laugh when you were speaking. I would expect the same respect, please. So anyway, I will be supporting him.
There have been 6 police chiefs in the last 6 years. And I ask all of you to question whether this is the one who's truly going to fix the problem. APD has often been represented as afflicted by bad apples, and I contend that it is in fact rotten to the core. Can this man, Todd Chamberlain, truly change that himself? Is this the person we need to bring about the real change this city needs? I contend that it is not.
So we know Todd Chamberlain, he will be sworn in less than 2 weeks. That's happening on September 9th. And of course, we will bring you the latest updates. For now, I'm in Aurora. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
The car that landed in the South Platte River after a crash this morning is now out of the water. The 2-car crash that sent that vehicle into the river happened near I-25 and Alameda Avenue this morning. The car landed on its side, but the female driver was able to get herself out of the car, and no serious injuries were reported. A scene like this also played out in February of 2022. A 6-car crash in the same area of I-25 sent that Subaru on the screen right now into the Platte River. Unlike today's crash, that Subaru landed on its wheels in the water. Moments later, that driver could be seen gathering all the things from their car and walking away. Clear Creek authorities are looking for missing puppies that could help them solve the murder of an Idaho Springs man. 57-year-old Paul Peavy was reported missing last week, then was found dead on his property on Saturday. Peavy was a dog breeder, and the sheriff's office believes as many as 10 of his Doberman puppies are now missing. They're all microchipped. Deputies believe they may have been sold through social media sites as early as this past Tuesday. They're asking anyone who purchased a Doberman puppy in the area within the last week to check for a microchip and to contact them. The jury selection process for the King Soopers shooting trial is now in its 2nd day, and yesterday we learned the jury will be allowed to see the first moments Boulder police encountered the man charged with killing 10 people at the grocery store in 2021. 375 people were told to report to court yesterday to fill out questionnaires. That process will be repeated over the next several days until there are 1,500 prospective jurors. Ultimately, prosecutors and defense attorneys will choose 12 jurors and several alternates to hear the case. Ahmad Alyssa pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. During the trial, defense attorneys will present evidence to try to show their client was insane the day of the shooting. It's up to prosecutors to prove that he was not insane at the time. It is 12:05 on your Tuesday as we take a live look out over Denver, and we are just seeing a whole lot of blue sky, not even a cloud out there. Joining me this noon is our 9 News Weather Impact Team meteorologist Keely Chalmers, and we're in for a pretty gorgeous day with no rain in sight, Keely.
Absolutely. We are going to be dry. We are going to be quiet. We're going to be pretty comfortable. Temperatures warming into the mid-80s, so just about normal for this time of the year. But yeah, gorgeous out there right now. Beautiful blue skies, just a few clouds out there. Temperatures in the upper 70s right now and 80s across the plains. We're in the 60s and 70s up there in the mountains. As for any type of storm activity today, we'll see just 1 or 2 isolated storms move in over the south and the eastern regions of the state as we head into the afternoon. And that is about it. We are going to be quiet, not just for today, but for several days right on as we head into the Labor Day weekend. In fact, our next best chance for some showers doesn't come until Sunday. Today, 86 degrees. That is actually our normal high for this time of the year. A little bit breezy as we head into the afternoon with those winds out of the east-southeast gusting up to about 25 miles per hour. Forecast highs, we're looking mainly 80s across the plains, 90 degrees, your forecast high in Lamar, 70s and low 80s up there in the mountains. So your weather headlines for this Tuesday: dry all week, warm all week. Your Labor Day looking generally dry. We'll talk about the rain chances for the Sunday of that week and coming up in your full forecast in just a bit.
Keely, thank you. The Colorado special session is moving along. The Maine bill has already passed the first step. It would reduce future increases a little bit more for property owners, just enough to make 2 conservative-backed property tax ballot issues go away. Those ballot issues call to cap future increases, but could severely impact the state budget. One of the other bills under consideration in this special session would be sent to voters to approve. The constitutional amendment would require local voters to approve property tax changes instead of a statewide one-size-fits-all vote. The bill's sponsors say it's an effort to reinforce local control.
We are very interested in having local control of property taxes. That was the whole intent of Senate Bill 233. And so asking the voters to lock that in, I think, is a reasonable discussion that we should take a look at.
Property taxes are local taxes. You pay them to your local school board. There's 178 of those. You pay them to your county or your city and county, 64 of those. Not a cent of property tax revenue flows to the state coffers.
While that's true, the state is responsible for part of the overall math equation that determines property tax bills. Even though one Maine bill was negotiated before the special session, there were 13 introduced yesterday. Only 4 were still alive last night. The special session will last until at least Thursday. A Coloradan is facing charges today, accused of saying people in our state and in Arizona needed to be executed. The FBI arrested 45-year-old Teek Brockbank on charges of transmitting interstate threats. An affidavit accuses the man who lives in Cortez of posting threats on right-wing social media sites between 2021 and 2022. The FBI also says he has a history of illegally owning guns. If Brockbank is convicted, he faces a maximum of 5 years in prison. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii both just endorsed Donald Trump for president. Now he's added them to his transition team if he wins. Kennedy suspended his White House run as an independent on Friday, and Gabbard, a former Democrat, has been helping Trump prepare for his September 10th debate with Kamala Harris.